Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
what's
can I
good, man?
what's the deal? Hey, can I blow on you?
Yeah, I don't mind. Do your thing. You got a dark in your background, boy.
Yeah, I'm in the car.
I got you.
Finna head to this little shindig at Ben Ren.
Oh, that's what you about to have going on?
Yeah, for my cousin's birthday.
Oh, yeah. I'm just waiting on Kizzy. Let me just make sure I sent her the thing. Got one more person. All right, I got you. What you been having going on, man?
Oh, none, a lot of chilling, whole lot of chilling, man. Nothing too major. I put my shades on. I be liking to have my shades on now. I don't really like the iskra.
This.
But yeah, nothing too much, getting to it, staying out the way. Dallas crazy right now.
Yeah, you got to stay out the way. What's the moments? Make sure I got everything here first, real quick. She been a minute, so I'm gonna just probably let her join in whenever she join in. Try one more time. Get started. All right, everybody. Welcome to Who Knew When You Can't Say Who Knew When I'm Telling the Truth. My name is Delonte, and let me introduce my guest. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
It's the boy. It's the kid that did. It's Fly Gotti. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a Fly Gotti. We gonna go Fly Gotti. You know, small town kid from a small town. And I was just playing. I'm from Dallas. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Most people know me for promoting out here in the city and whatnot. So, basically, that's
What you
about
got
it.
going on this week, man? What you got going on this week?
Well, tomorrow. We going to 3606, bottles and couches, you can't stand on no furniture if you ain't popping your bottles, just a little slogan I made. Then Friday we at Rockwood, the pre-fight for EJ, you know what I'm saying, man down. We coming through.
Oh yeah.
EJ for the easy win. I believe him when he say that. And then Saturday we got the day party brunch, or the brunch and day party if you want to go on order. And then Sunday sideboard.
Oh yeah. So y'all turn it up all week and weekend, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Yeah, man. Oh, tonight I'm finna go to Bitter End too for my kinfolk. You know what I mean?
hey, everybody. Hey, don't forget that, man. Go ahead, tap in with Fly Guy, man. Tap in, say what's up, man. Shoot to the few spots that he got, man. If you don't know
Yeah,
him, you
come
need to
check
know.
me out.
He a promoter in town.
One of the hottest, I like to say.
Hey, stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the questions, man. One of the first questions of the day, man. Do you think men and women know what they need to bring to the table for the person that they want? Now you can start off with men or women. Do you think that they know what they need to bring to the table?
I'm gonna start out with the men because I start out with the men because I'm a man. But yeah, like I feel like you gotta know you first. You know what I'm saying? Before you could even ask somebody to do this and do that, and there's vice versa, man or woman. I just feel like in today's time, I feel like, you know, we should be like right now trying to see our partners grow and help them grow, or vice versa. It shouldn't be always what you can do for me, or what I can do for you. Because, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, if a man got a nice little bag on him, he can do whatever he want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how it is, you know what I'm saying? But that's unfair, you know what I'm saying, to the woman, because she might be loyal, but she gonna let them financial and thinking that just because his finance is right, that's all he need to bring to the table. And you not knowing, you might need somebody who's affectionate. You might need somebody who can cook or clean, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes help you do the things that, you know what I'm saying, you pretty much, you know, ain't used to people doing for you, and you gotta carry that load. So, you know what I'm saying? When somebody make life easy for you, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying? But as far as as far as people knowing what they want, it's kind of hard to say that because I don't even be knowing what I want sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I might think I want this, but then it'll become too much for me. Then I'll be like, nah, let me chill. Let me double back. You feel me?
Yeah. So so you believe do you believe do you believe as far as in man wise that they know what to bring, majority of men?
I mean, no, because like I said, most men think we just need to bring finance. We need to have our finances in order. We need to be the breadwinners. That's all we really be thinking that we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we got our finances right, we can take care of the bills, this, that, and the third. We good. You know what I'm saying? We damn near feel unstoppable. We feel like we do whatever we like because, you know what I'm saying? That's what most women ask us for. You know what I'm saying? So once we have that, it's like, what else you want? It don't matter what else you want because this is what you wanted me to bring, but I think men should understand it's a whole lot more than the financial part because eventually that financial part gonna be like, oh, you always working, or you always this, or you always that. So you just gotta find a balance. And like I say, the first person that you gotta look in the mirror with that person and be like, this what you need to fix about yourself in order because you can't ask for somebody to give you something that you ain't willing to give or can't give. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just feel like men, like even with women too, like women, they be wanting a whole lot of things, but they'll settle for less just because a man finances is right. Because that's what we just been brought up in more than not. We are taught to a woman supposed to cook, clean, this, that, and third. If you make this much, you know what I'm saying? Because now, you know what I'm saying, women will tell you, they'll say, you can't pay my bills, you can't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we at with it.
I see a comment in here from Trippy Birdsong that says, I just did a podcast on the same topic and said, can he join? I guess he want to say his piece. They want to say their piece. I'm gonna go ahead and let them say their piece so I can see what's going on and then go ahead
You
and continue
should.
on.
She got her own podcast show too.
Yeah, let me check. Let me check real quick. I'm going ahead and bring you up right now, Trippy.
Hello.
Oh, hey, how you
What's
doing?
good?
I'm good. Hey Fly Guy, dude. How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Yeah, so I came on here to say, yeah, I just because I have a podcast and I just did a topic on this. The topic was the table talk and about what people bring to the table. Me, I personally was like, I feel like I feel like everybody should keep their own table until they're serious because I feel like once you're serious, we can build a table together.
You can
Because
build a table together.
yeah, like the point, because the point, everybody's like, oh, I got this, I got this. For me, it's like me with my partner. I feel like if we're both strong, even though we're both strong, we still have weaknesses. So what I feel like, whatever I lack, you might be strong in. Whatever you lack, I might be strong in. Like, say if me and Gotti right here, we're together.
Hmm.
Look, he's a promoter. He's good at marketing. Me, I have a product. So at this point, we can team up and build something together.
Yeah.
So I feel,
Yeah.
I
but
get the aspect that's what I want to ask. Do you believe so in that aspect? What you answering that question, or when you with you saying that, do you believe majority of men and women bring? Let's say, do you believe the question is this? Do you think men and women know what they need to bring to the table for the person that they want? So let's say whatever got the person that is that you want specifically, like your perfect ideal man. Uh, do you think that you bring what that person would need for that relationship, or do majority of men bring what the person that they want to be with need in that relationship? Because everybody have different needs, as
true.
and
So
I
I
have separate needs or whatever. And let's say if you're attracted to me, and if I was thinking a hypothetical world, you're attracted to me, you what I need in a relationship, would you be able to bring that, or do people even know what that person needs and able to bring that? You know what I mean?
I feel like what people think they need is different than what they actually need. Because me, I'm gonna be like, I like females. I need a nigga with money. When in
Mhm.
reality, you don't need a nigga with money. You need a nigga with ambition.
Yeah.
You need
Okay.
because I feel like a lot of things because a lot. I'll say this because people ask me like, what are my standards? A lot of my standards aren't even physical. They're more so. Do you have ambition? Do you have drive? Do you have like have you let go of past trauma? Because that is a big thing
That's a
that
big one
people
right there.
that is a
Those
big
are
thing that people like to skip over.
Me, I'm
Like
traumatized.
so.
exactly. And it's cool. It's cool. It's cool to be traumatized, but it's more so like, okay, if you're traumatized, are you using that trauma? Are you acting out of trauma with me?
Well, a lot of
Because
those basic qualities that you just,
Probably.
even the little bare minimum
Basic
that you just
question.
said right there. I mean, majority of women typically that they want those things. You know, they want a man that's majority of women want a man that's ambitious. So I guess we got to get. I'm gonna get into that as far as what majority of men and women want statistically, and just in the world, what it shows that majority of men and women wants versus what they say they want and they say they need. What majority of them actually show they really want that they're not getting. Like
but
women, for an example, I'll give you an example real quick with women. Right, majority of women want a guy that's ambitious, that is masculine, that is a leader, more assertive and decisive, that that can kind of understand them a little bit and uh, love them properly, meaning not
essentially a man we can
But they
submit
got,
to.
exactly a man that you can submit to. So
see, I don't
that's what
like that.
majority of women.
I
That's
don't
what
like
majority
that.
of women want. You know, inherently want. They can't help it. That's what majority of women want. That's what majority of women are
Like,
attracted.
why they ain't coming in tapping out already? See, that's the problem.
No,
That's the problem. See, when
no.
you know what you want, see this dating thing in this world is hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? It's hit or miss. So it's like you can't bring in that last shit to the my bad, excuse me. You can't bring in the last stuff to now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you gotta be protective of yourself, but you gotta give everybody a fair chance. And I think a lot of people don't, just because they're not willing to be submissive from the jump. Like all that ego and what you've been through and what's going on, like you gotta leave that at the door and give somebody room to make those errors. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ready for that, you shouldn't be.
You shouldn't
That's
be
what
dating at all.
separate. That's what
But
separates you from if you ready. If you know you
So,
ready to give
but I
somebody.
also say when people get out of relationships, they should take a time to date themselves.
well,
Because
I want to talk towards that because that right there, I want to talk towards as well, especially what Fly Guy said as far as it, pretty much women being already submissive coming into the game. That's something that I do want to talk towards as well for you, Fly Guy in general, from the man aspect
Cause
as
we
well.
already be submissive though. Men be submissive, man. We already be like
So
for me, like I don't text females like that. You know what I'm saying? I be chilling, but if I like you, I'm gonna ring your line. You know what I'm saying? That's me being submissive. That's me doing something because I know you gonna want to talk to me and stuff like that. So I'm gonna talk to you. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
Anything, like, you know what I'm saying? I like to chill, you know what I'm saying, most of the time. But if you want to get out, let's go do something. Like, ooh, it's about like dudes, we come in naturally submissive because we be chill. Like, it's like it's like people like the only dudes that do that is the controlling ones. I can't speak for somebody who want to be controlling. That's different. That's another trauma. You know what I'm saying? But like if you come in there and let somebody like and y'all are equal, you know what I'm saying, and y'all respect each other bounds and boundaries and all that stuff, like you'll be all right. But you gotta be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to be willing to do that. And women off the rip don't be willing to do that because they be trying to guard because they've been through this or they've been through that. Like you gotta let that like when you let that go, you gotta let it go. You shouldn't even
and
be
that's why
talking to nobody at the moment if you
and that's
trying
why
to
I want
figure
to
out like what you're trying
bet
to do.
on that because I really believe men and women see stuff differently. Like I do agree with you as far as the women coming into the relationship or coming into the dating and being submissive, being feminine, not being conditionally submissive but conditionally feminine because you don't want a
Yeah,
conditionally masculine man. So why should we accept a conditionally feminine woman if that makes sense? So I use a couple of things. I use statistics and I use the word of God. You know what I mean? So I first we have to determine what do men need and what do women need, right?
right.
So I say women need love, men need respect. Ultimately, respect
We need
goes
love too.
along the lines of submission and love. And I'm going to tell you what type of love because a lot of people don't look up definitions. Words really matter. When you look up the old English definition of love, and not just say it says romantic, sexual attraction, affection, friendliness, the love of God. Everybody missed that part. every time you see somebody talk about they love someone, you always see more of the romantic, sexual attraction, just the affection part of it, right?
Right.
So when we hit with the love of God, you gotta think of it like this. And I know you heard this. Everybody's heard this verse before in 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not envy. It is not boast. It is not proud. It is not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It does not keep the record of wrongdoings. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts. Think of a man, always protects, always trusts, always preserves. Love never fails, but where there is prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Now you got to think about that. Uh, One of the biggest issues that we have is love blinds us. When we looking at something as men, when we love hard for a woman, that love can sometimes blind us to some of the craziness they might do in our doing to us. Am I lying?
No.
That love
You right.
blinds us. So
Yeah. Yeah. Have
for
us have us out of character for sure.
but yeah, and we'll do anything for you if we love you. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. Do you hear me? Now I'm not gonna lie, you know a lot of men out there, a lot of guys out there, we still doing childish stuff
Yeah,
and
me.
we act like
Me.
children, you feel me? We can't
Me.
we do stuff. But when we become a man and we really truly love you, we willing to die for you. We show that
Yeah.
love. And women need the
But
man that's gonna love them and
but
be patient.
the thing is with that though, the woman has to be willing to accept it. And that be the problem.
And I got your back on that because I'm about to talk
That
to
be the
that right now.
problem.
Oh, I'm so glad
That
you
be the
said that.
problem.
That's true. Hey,
But it can be vice versa too.
but the thing about it is,
When you
that's what I'm
find
saying.
when a man, because men are different, but when a man find him a woman, a good woman, like this what you've been rolling. You like if you pray for it, you praying. Like I know I pray for a good woman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you know what I'm saying? I go into detail about the type of woman I want. So when you get those details, you know what I'm saying? You can't be trying to be hard and saying, oh, let me see where she go. Ooh, ooh. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's done in the
yeah.
dark gonna come in the light anyway. So you gotta let that when you gotta let the role of God play his role. Like you gotta get that love, bro. You gotta get that love how you
You
give it.
got to get that
You know what
love,
I'm saying? You can't be holding it back. It would never work. Nothing will never work. Nothing
and you
never
got to
works. And
think
that's on
about it.
both
That's
ends.
women right now. They don't know how it feels to be really loved because their first love is supposed to be their father, and the fathers aren't in a household, so they're not getting that love that they need. They don't even
Yeah.
know how a man's supposed to love them, so they going out in this world seeking love, and they run into all these bad guys where they run into a good guy, and that guy really loves them. They misuse it. You feel me? And
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
in the Bible you hear that patient, kind, because patience, that consistency, that kindness, that is something they can finally see. You feel what I mean?
Now I feel
But
you.
it's not all on the man. Let me not just say that. I'm not just about to throw men on here saying, hey, we need to just love women and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go that
No.
far. I'm not gonna just say that because certain things as a man you have to require. You hear me? You have to require. So I'm not gonna just say love because you talked about this fly guy and I mess with you. Why these women pretty much not submissive up front, right?
Hmm.
Now, a lot of women want to be conditionally submissive. They don't believe you should be submissive at all times. They don't believe necessarily you should be feminine at all times. They believe when the right man come around, they should be that way. And to me,
How
that
they
sounds
know?
crazy because
How
that's
they
like
know?
me, huh?
I say that's a contradiction in whatever you just said. How they know if they not going submit, man? See
Yeah,
somebody you
like
like them, you interested, hit that man 3 times, y'all finna go for a ride. It's okay. Like if it don't work, oh well, move on, let it go. People don't even know how to date. That's the problem too. People don't know how to date either.
I agree, bro. Like the one thing I do have to say is I gotta agree with you on that because if it's just you being submissive, if you don't want that man, stop being with him. That don't mean you just be conditionally submissive or conditionally feminine. Just stop being
Yeah.
with them. Don't mess with them. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Respectfully, move around. You feel me? The
Fact.
problem is women. A lot of times, this is what I believe. Women are jumping into these relationship with these guys and talking to these guys, and they seeing this potential in this guy, and this guy's not fulfilling the ambition that they're looking for. And when they're not fulfilling that ambition that they're looking for, they're like, "Well, I'm not gonna be submissive yet. I'm gonna wait to be submissive." You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I gotta respectfully disagree with that because that looks crazy.
Mhm.
Think about if I'm a man, right? And I want to be conditionally masculine, right? I'm dressed to the T. I got my jewelry on and all that. I got Lamborghini. I'm doing all this. I'm walking to the club. The women see me. They might necessarily be attracted
I'm
to me. I go
popping.
over to them,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, "Hey, girl, what's your name? Da, 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 da. Let me get your number to take you out on a date." The girl's gonna look at me crazy. It was like, "No, like, are you gay?" You know
No,
what I mean?
she not. She ain't gonna say that to you. She ain't gonna say to you.
I'm saying she
She
gonna
done
look at me
seen.
like that. In the back of their mind, they gonna think that I'm gay.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. But
Yeah, but the
what
point
she
that I'm
gonna
making, I'll be
say?
like,
But
"Oh,
what she
oh,
gonna
wait a minute."
say? She
If I tell
gonna
her
say.
this,
She gonna
tell me
go
if this
with you
gonna
when she
work,
see you
Fly.
pop out that Lambo.
Tell me if this
That's a
gonna work,
Lambo.
Fly. If I say this, oh, I'm not gay. I'm just masculine when a right woman come around.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That
I
sounds
can't speak for that
crazy,
because
don't
I'm gonna
it?
be like, but I'm be with the one, but then I'm be like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you act feminine, you know what I'm saying? You make somebody think so. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna
But
sound
like I
crazy.
said, but I feel like she'll just see where it go. Like, cause he came out with the Lambo. Now, if he was just somebody that walked up on the curb, she
Mm.
might tell him get, you know what I'm saying, going on by the business. You know what I'm saying? But I truly feel like because
Even
of how he
got
was
the
dressed in the suit and how he came to the, you know what I'm saying, spot, he shook it down. You know what I'm saying? He still hopped out
Fly.
that
I know
Lambo,
you've
so she
seen
gonna see
this
what it's
plenty of
about.
times, right? Even if you got the Lambo, women know how to compartmentalize that. All right, bet. I'll go on a date with you. I'll kick it with you, but I'm about to use you.
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
what I
not
told
that's
you. That's
not
what I
the
was
you
saying.
don't want to be in that customer phase. No man want to be in that customer phase. To reality, they don't want to be in the customer phase because that's what that
No,
is.
we don't want to be, but hey, that's the part of us. That's why if a dude say he ain't submissive, you count. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no taking you out. No taking you out until I know what we on. You know what I'm saying? You better ride Dutch with me. You feel me? Like for
See,
real. You gotta like, cause you can't give too much. Like if you give too much, like with dudes, when we like a female, we take her out, flowers, gifts, whatever. We try to do
yeah,
whatever we can to get her attention. And she letting that stockpile. Now she now she talking to you. Now
you
she
brought value,
now you don't brought value. Now she asks you do this, do that, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a little different now. It's a little
but you know
different now.
what's the
But then
catch
when
with
she
that
done
though?
with you, out of nowhere, when she done with you, bro, she gone quick.
So the catch with that is though, like you said, we bring value pretty much to get the woman right, to show her, hey, I want you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The thing about it is men bring value to get the women. Women have to bring value to retain the man, and that's the missing point. How are
yeah,
you
maybe
retaining
so.
this man? You could be cute and all that to get the man there, right? You could be cute. The beauty gonna get us there, but that's not gonna keep us. Good sex and beauty is not keeping us around, fam.
Nah,
It's not.
I mean, cause you can
So
get that
what do you
anywhere.
need to bring? They over here said that they don't see that they have to bring something. It's not. It doesn't mean that you have to bring money. It's other things, and that's what I
I
want to
mean,
talk about because back to that
yeah,
question: do the men and women bring the things that the men and women bring the things that
nah,
the men and women know what they need to bring to the table for the person they want. And I
yeah.
don't think so. Now, as far as the men,
Not most of us.
I think men know for the most part, men know what they
We
bring. They just
know.
might not have it at the time. Like the qualities that it takes to be a
We know
man,
we
to be
need.
masculine, I don't
Yeah,
think they got it yet. And they know
they
they don't
do.
got it yet.
They might do, but then shit just watered down. That shit so watered down now. But
But
it's still that's like old girl said first, you know what I'm saying, need to be a balance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like yo bring your table, my table, you know what I'm saying? I might got some turkey
but
on this motherfucker. You might got some
it's not about
steak.
the table
I
because her
might got
version of
some
the
green,
table
you
is
might got some
different than
yam.
yours.
It
Because she
could be,
talking
but it's
about
still a
money, and
table
she's
with
talking
it.
about like two different aspects of it. Like if you got promotion, right, and she got a business, and you
That
promote her
same
business,
difference.
you feel me? The two sides to bring it into the table, right? So
But that's with
reality, that
anything.
sounds good
You
on
gotta
paper.
do
That sounds good
that.
on paper, right?
Yeah.
That sounds good, right?
Yeah, on paper.
But what reality's been showing is this, though. Reality's
What
been showing
reality say?
is typically women need to be in a help me aspect for them to be in a happy relationship.
Oh, oh no.
Do you know what a
Oh
help
no.
me? Now,
See,
now
that
let me describe what a help meet is.
that's the show me. Yeah,
Let me
help me
describe what
understand.
that is, right?
Help
Because
me
definitions
understand.
matter. Because I know a lot of people don't know what the what the word actually means. It's someone that is suitable who can do whatever is needed better than you can.
Yeah,
That's
that's
vicious. Tell me this. That don't mean that I'm just helping you while I'm just cooking, I'm cleaning. No, because you could cook and clean, my guy.
that's
That's
fine.
not all. What can she do that's suitable enough that's better than what you can? That's somebody that could be a real help to you, get you to the next level, right?
Yeah,
Or if
yeah.
you already at the next level, that's somebody that can see what you missing at and then fix it.
And take it further. Yeah, that's true
You see,
too.
because you know what you make
That's
yourself,
true
if you
too.
suitable to do
But
that
that's
as a
like a
woman,
business.
you
That's what's
make
wrong with
yourself
the.
irreplaceable.
Yeah, that too.
Irreplaceable.
That too. But at the same time, when you brought something to the table, when that person brought something to the table, y'all both know how to get to. That's why I'm saying women 9 times out of 10 just need finances. If they ready to dance, they just need you to have your finances right. You need to take care of the things that they might not can. You know what I'm saying? Women are not afraid to be housewives. The only thing is that's a using state. What I'm saying, if you come and meet somebody like that, that's cool. That's why I'm saying if a woman, I can see if a woman is in need, she just has to play that womanly role, like cook, clean, wash. You'll say woo woo woo. Not saying a man can't do it, but usually that's what what I'm saying. A man be missing most of the time. Like most men ain't just
Yeah.
cooking. Like more men are cooking now because everybody's single around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you gotta
But
remember, society is telling women the wrong direction to go into because they're
no,
making
but
them
that's
these independent
women's
boss women.
society. But
Huh?
women in society. Women in society, man. These are the
That's
women's. They the bosses now.
other women keep other women single.
Yeah. Same with men though.
But see, men,
Men
you
though.
gotta
Men
remember,
drop the
men.
ball all the time.
But this is what I gotta say: men goals and women goals are two different things because you gotta remember, men and women deprive
But
happiness
we gotta have
statistically.
one goal
But
together
listen to
though.
this.
All right.
Let me show you. It's different goals, but it comes around to the same purpose. I'm about to explain it, right? So men and women deprive happiness, statistically proven, off of different things. Men deprive happiness typically off of building their value and making a lot of money and being able to provide and give to the world. That's typically how men typically deprive happiness off of that. Statistically proven. Women typically deprive happiness off of a family. They deprive happiness off of a family. That's statistically proven as well. You feel me? So those are different aspects, but you want me to show you how they align? So even that's why I use statistics in the word of God too, because purpose, right? I like to think that people can't help but to escape. People can't really escape what the purpose of God is. They try to escape it, but you can't really escape biology too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like and purpose, Genesis. It says God made man and female to be fruitful and multiply along with replenish the earth and subdue it, right? So pretty much have children, have dominion over the earth, that's rule over earth, or subdue it is have a rule over the earth, pretty much. And acts of service to the world, right? That's all we're supposed to do, right? Then later down the line in Genesis, it says this: for a woman, be a helpmeet and be fruitful and multiply. For a man, have dominion over the earth, be fruitful and multiply, right? Two different purposes, right?
Mm.
But watch how they align. As a man, if your purpose is to have dominion over earth and procreate, when you have rule over something, you're not just it's like compared to a king. You're not just telling everybody what to do. You have to be an acts of service of people. You feel me? You have to
Right.
make sure that people are doing good. It's not just a dictatorship. You got to put people in power. And to be able to have rule over something, you have to build your value. You have to be a leader. You have to
Mm.
be have masculine tendencies. You have to be a little bit more assertive, more decisive. You know what I mean? You have to
Nah,
do
fair.
that. So with that purpose, you got to think about it. Now, your purpose is different. Your purpose is building your value pretty much and have a dominion. That's your purpose. That's a different purpose than a woman's. A
Mm.
woman's purpose is to be a helpmeet. That's the reason why women deprive happiness out of a family, because that's a part of their purpose, statistically proven. You know what I mean? So the Bible aligns with that. You can't be a helpmeet to nothing, to with nobody there with you, right? So you can't even be along your purpose without nobody there. So that's how you have to look at that. That's why they deprive happiness out of a family, because they need somebody there to build that
But how they gonna
family.
get the family? How they gonna get the
How you gonna
family
get
if
the
they
family
don't
when
want
ain't
to?
nobody there? So you can't
But
go
how you
around
gonna
talking
get the
about I don't
family?
need no man. You can't make a family without a man. I'm sorry to tell you, it's
You
not gonna
can't.
happen. You can't
You
reach
can't.
happiness.
You can't.
I noticed
But
that this is
the
not politically
way
correct. Not
they
politically
think their
correct,
mind done
but
changed.
statistically proven. Now, right now, there's more single women than ever. And right now, they're on the most
They
antidepressants,
single because they wanna be single. They
but
be
they're the
talking
mo-
like 5 4
but
guys.
look, they are more depressed and on antidepressants right now. And it shows that the suicide rates have gotten higher for women.
These ladies, you said it's skyrocket because they don't know how to get a man. No,
And no, I'm not saying they don't know how to get a man. Wait, I'm not saying that. They cannot
they don't.
retain.
They
They don't
don't.
know how to
It's not even about
retain.
retain. It's not even about
Retaining and getting
retain.
is two different things.
They
They
can't.
get
They
that's
can
that's that's where people get confused at. Because a lot of women
when
say,
they want.
I get rich man all the time. You
They
cannot
can't.
retain that man.
You can't retain no rich man. You right, but that's what I'm saying is give or take. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they be messing with dudes, but ain't nobody in relationships. And they be
Yeah, and
kicking it
there's
with
a
a dude
reason
for a
for that.
year, talking about they
Because
single. Then they
men
talking
are
to me,
not
Tom, Larry,
settling.
and Jerry.
Think about this.
Men not selling. A
They
man is
not.
settled with the right woman. Men know that women be on games. We ain't crazy now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we come in submissive because we already do the stuff. Like we showing you what type of guy we are. You know what I'm
So
saying? We being right there, but
I don't want you
y'all
to use the
wanna.
word submissive. We come in humble. Humble submission
I ain't
to
gonna say I ain't. No, I'm saying submissive because niggas need to understand that it's okay to be submissive to a woman. That's how
men.
you build. Like
Men are
dog,
not
like
going to
you
be
want a woman to be.
obligatory to a woman. Men, and I'm going to be honest, and this
You
shows the
want
statistics. Men are
listen.
capable of being obligatory to a woman.
No. See, men are crazy if they believe that. That's their problem. They too much. They go into the internet and they see, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But instead of realizing, like for real, like this woman over here, you want her to be your queen. You want her to be the woman that you know what I'm saying that meets
Uh-huh.
your expectation. You know what I'm saying, and you want her to submit to you because we like to use the submit word. Women don't necessarily have to submit, especially not in today's time. They bosses like that's why I keep saying you want a woman to do this and to do that. I'm on the side of yeah, women need to be more open to men and being submissive like right out the gate. But it's a reason for them in the past and what they getting taught by their generation before them. So it ain't just on them, but like we like how us men, we got too much pride. Like you don't want to sit up here and say you submit to a woman. But you do. You have a whole like you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
I'm married. Well, you have to know
no,
what.
hold on, wait. That's what I'm saying. You have, but before you even got married, you had to submit to her. Ain't no way you married to her now and you was running
Mm-mm.
game before then.
I'm about to
But
explain it though,
so what you
because you
telling
got to
me?
think about what the word means.
Look. But I'm just saying, forget the word. We know what the word means. You know what I'm saying? It's
No, we
submissive.
don't, because you
You want
can't
to
say
go in
that you would
detail
submit to
of
a
the
woman if you
word.
don't know what the word
Yeah, I
means.
do. Yeah, I do, because I'm gonna do stuff that I'm not gonna necessarily do when I'm single. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna submit to her. Like this, we in here, we locked in. You know what I'm saying? This is submission hold. You know what I'm saying? We using the word. You can use the word for whatever the meaning is. It's submissive, bro. Like you have to be genuinely together. You know what I'm saying? Equal first. Y'all still humans at the end of the day. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
believe men and women are equal?
Facts. How come they not?
No. Well, I'm gonna explain that.
Is a woman not a human?
As a woman, a human being, yes, but just because you're a human being does not mean that you're equal. I don't believe men and women are equal. I believe they're different. I don't believe that there's
It's
one better than the
it's
other.
different. It's different. You know, we got a penis. They
If
got a
if
vagina.
it's
You
a,
know what I'm
if
saying?
it's a,
They got
if you're
boobies,
different, you're not
butts. You know
equal.
what I'm saying? But when I say equal, I mean it's a grade A of respect. Like, of course, we different in ways. You know, more than not, we're stronger. More than not, they might just be a little smarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you gotta respect the game equally. What I'm saying, equally,
So
you
let me
gotta respect the
well
game.
let me say this there, because me and you disagree a little bit, but not we're not too far off. So as far as a man submitting to a woman, I don't believe that based off the definition of submission and the purpose of submission, because there's
What's
a
the
reason why.
definition of submission?
So I'm gonna go ahead and explain that. So of course I'm gonna get to the definition. I'm gonna get the purpose of submission, the reason why women submit to men. Uh, Submissive is to yield to the authority of another unresistingly or humbly obedient. So
You said
typically,
humbly a while ago. You said come in humbly. You
yeah,
just
I said
said a
come in
while ago
humbly.
you said
I
humbly. So
definitely
in
said
that
come in
definition,
humbly, but I did not say
it said
obedience.
come.
It says
So you gonna
humbly
disobey your wife?
obedience.
You gonna disobey your wife?
Am I going to first? I don't listen to my
Okay,
wife in
you
that
gonna
way to disobey her. There's not no such thing as disobeying my wife. My wife is not about
a
to come
woman
in here and tell
disobey
me,
a
"Hey, you
man?
got to go do this," and I'm disobeying her. It doesn't work that way.
So how do a woman disobey a man, or how can she disobey a
I'm about
man?
to explain it. I'm about to explain it. So if you say
You gotta
this,
be
if you say,
explaining what I'm
"Hey, baby,"
saying.
I'm gonna give you an example. If you say, "Hey," let's say you married, "Hey, wife, can you go ahead and cook some food or whatever," right? And she says, "No, I'm not cooking. I ain't doing none of that." That is
Wrong with her.
disobeying your husband. But there's a
Okay, so what
reason
does she
why.
say?
You
What does she
remember I said
say?
I was gonna get to
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa, whoa,
reason?
whoa. Let me see. I'm gonna ask you this, cause I want to. You know what? Go ahead, cause I'm gonna count it after this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
count it after
All
this.
right. So this is the reason why. So it tells the reason why women submit. This is
Like,
literally the reason
okay,
why. Why
good.
at First Peter 3, wives in the same way submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that if any of them do not believe the word, they may be won over without words by the behavior of their wives. When they see the purity and reverence of your lives, your beauty should not come from outward adornments, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine, etc. Rather, it
Right.
should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sights. So that's how you put a man in order. So typically, a man, how he gets back in order into the right mindset, and how the man typically can listen to what you have to say is through your submission. An example of that: let's say me and my wife are going on a vacation, right? My
Mm.
wife strongly believes, based on her knowledge, that we need to go into a different direction, right? Say, hey, baby, I really believe that we should go in this direction. I believe you should go in this direction. She's letting me know what she believes that I should do. Now, at that point in time, I could choose to listen to her. I could choose to go to a different direction. But since there's no
Yeah, that's
argument, there's no submission,
options.
she's always been cooperative with me, and she always conducted herself as a feminine woman. Why not listen to her? And with listening to her, I take responsibility no matter what. If if
So,
if there's something that if I go down this route that she told me to go down and it's wrong, it's still my wrongdoing because I chose to go down that route. If I choose to go a different route, it's still
let's
on
say
me
word
because
up.
I chose to go down that route. I am the full responsibility of everything that goes on in my household, whether I choose the route that my wife suggested to me or I do not. I take all responsibility of that.
Right.
Period.
That's fine.
You
But
feel
check
me?
it out.
Now
So
her,
like,
her job
check
is to give me the knowledge. Her job is to be submissive. If she was an argumentative woman,
it.
it was not submissive. It did not obey at all. Don't listen to me. And we had to argue about every single thing. Say, hey, I want our
Now you
kids
ain't
to be
supposed to do
raised this
that.
way. Then I'm not going to listen to her majority of the time because I'm not going to want to. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
So check it. So check it, right? This how a man can be disobedient. When you brought up the thing about her cooking, so that means you believe a woman should cook. Your wife should cook, right?
Do I believe my wife
So
should
she
cook? No. Wait,
no,
that's not. No, I do not.
I'm
I'm not saying that I believe my wife should cook. Let me say this: for me, in my situation, my wife needs to cook that because that's how she's a help meet to me. That's not in every
no,
situation.
no, no.
A
But
help meet.
I'm just saying, like from your answer, I could just feel like you need her to cook or want her to cook, whatever. If
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you
In my
want, whatever,
situation, yeah. Let's
whatever.
let my
But listen,
experience. We can
listen.
talk about my
But what I'm
experience. Yes,
saying is,
I need my wife to
in
cook.
your example, you said you'll tell the wife. I tell my wife, hey, get up and go cook, and then she don't go cook. She's disobedient because she didn't get up and cook, right? So
Mm-hmm.
say you go get the kids from school. You gotta go get the kids from school. You say, nah, you go get the kids. She just asked you to go get them kids. You being disobedient for you not to go get them kids. See, that's what I'm saying.
So the
Yeah,
difference
it might be
is
a woman. No, it ain't no
it's not
different.
gonna go
It ain't
that
no
way.
different.
So
It
I'm
ain't
about
go
to
that way.
explain it to you.
9 times out of
Because
10, just go
it
get
won't
the
be
kids
said
from
that way.
school.
Because the way you said that does matter.
It don't
Hey,
matter
go get the
about what
kids
it
from
said.
school.
No. I just said how you said to go and get something to eat. I just said the same
Yeah,
way
you see how
to
we
go
talk.
to
You
take
see
the
how we
kid.
said something differently. That's not going to happen with me. Because remember, I told you women need
But
love
she
and
might
men need respect. Remember, I
men
said
need
that.
love too. That's what's wrong
So
with men too. Because when a man
I'm
don't feel
I'm
love,
about to
he
explain that
start
real quick for
crashing
you,
out.
Fly.
So if you don't feel love, what you gonna do?
Who, me?
Like I'm just saying, if
I
you
need
if
respect over love. If you
respect
respect
over
me,
love,
you gonna show your love to me
if
through
she
your
don't love you,
respect.
she don't respect you.
I don't need necessarily a woman to be always patient and
Yeah.
kind to me. I need you to respect me at all times. I need that over everything.
I need my woman to love me and respect me. You gotta do both. Yeah, you
I,
know,
I,
if it's both
I
of them, 100%.
understand. See, that's why I want you to see respect. Respect gonna come before love, because if she don't respect you, she could fall out of love with you. What I'm saying, women fall out of love all day, coming and going, because they are emotional creatures. They're
That's what
gonna
I'm
fall
saying.
out of
So you
love.
said
Men and
men
women
don't
don't
even.
love the
You
same.
say men don't even love.
I'm saying, let me
You say
explain
men
this.
don't
Let me explain
love.
why, because I need you to hear the why. Men and women do not love the same. I'm finna explain that because
People love differently all the
men,
time.
huh? What you say?
I say people love differently all the time.
I'm specifically talking to
From
men and women,
you got,
and this is from a
but
biology standpoint. Women are typically more emotional, so they fall out of love and into
men
love
men be
very
emotional too. We
easily.
just don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it.
But
See, that's our
majority of
problem
men
too.
have higher
We
levels
let
of testosterone. This is scientific. Majority of men have higher levels of testosterone and lower levels of oxytocin.
men.
Majority of women have higher levels of oxytocin and lower levels of testosterone. That's why typically men connect more about when they see you and what you say to them and how you react. They
Yeah,
connect more off of
yeah,
that. Women connect more off of pretty much what you bring, like your security that you bring into the table, the
exactly.
value that you bring. Women connect more
That's
off
where
of
they
that.
messing up. That's where they messing up. That's what
But
I'm
this it's a
saying.
biology thing. It's
Like
literally men. Men look for,
if you bring it,
but no. I'm talking about literally biology. Men typically look for
these
a
ladies
woman to
ain't the
show
same no
her
more,
her
my guy.
commitment through her fidelity. Women show their commitment through their fidelity. That's how they show commitment. Men show the commitment through security and provisioning. That's how men show their commitment. That's literally one of the main things that men and women bring to the table with each other. That's one of the main obligations. Fidelity,
Main,
security, and
you
provision.
saying main, but it's other stuff too. You just can't
Of
do
course,
that.
there's other stuff,
Stop.
but I'm saying if you can't bring in the basic necessities, then there's nothing to talk about. If you can't do, if a woman can't at least at minimum bring up fidelity, she there's no point of being in a relationship with her. If a man can't bring at minimum security and provisioning, there's no point of a relationship because it's not going to survive.
But
Did you know
what if
majority
bro
of
down on his
marriages that
luck?
are
So
happy marriages in the world, the
you saying
man
bro
makes
down on his luck?
54% more than a woman. Majority
That's
of
our
marriages
problem too.
that
We need
last,
to
the man
stop
makes
worrying about who
54%
getting out
more.
of pocket.
What'd you
Who
say?
cares? I say, who cares who got the most money? If you mess like that thing got to be connected. See, what's wrong with people is that part right there. It's like giving, like, nah, bro, you gotta be willing to just be submissive. If you think this person is attractive, if you feel some type of way when you see them, shoot for it. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Maybe your situation, like if a woman is making more money than a man, that's
uh-huh.
okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay with
Invest in
us.
your no,
Men have
listen,
no
listen,
problem
listen,
with
listen.
that.
Listen,
I agree with you.
men do sometimes. Men get
No,
intimidated by a woman that make more money than them.
that's what
You know what
society
I'm
tells you. It's
saying?
not that the
No,
intimidation have
you
nothing to
just
do with it. It's the
explained it.
qualities.
You just explained. That's the back end of the 54. What was the percentage you gave?
The 54% more. What men typically make 54% more than women that say happy marriages, and there's a reason for that. I'm gonna explain that too whenever we get
Why? Because
to
a
the
woman is being submissive and she's staying there for
if the
20,
is the
10
is the
years,
women
and
typically
then
in
she
marriages are
divorce him and
submissive.
get into alimony. So she's just doing it for a game. She's just building it
Well,
up.
no, those are marriages that last. I'm not talking about divorce, the divorce rates. Those are marriages
So
that
what's the
last.
divorce rate? I guarantee you
So,
the
a
divorce
divorce
rate is
rate, 80%
crazy.
of divorces are filed by the woman, and the reason for the women, the reason the 80%, the reason why that women file are for finances. You are correct.
Come on, man. Come on, man. These
Now,
women ain't
there is
out
a
here
reason.
married no more. It's a business
Do
deal.
you know the reason
Now when
why
people
men
get married,
file?
it's business deal. Because they don't love, they out of love, they out of touch.
No, the 20%,
Well,
the 20% that men file is the number one reason is fidelity.
the woman cheated or something.
So and that goes back to the point that I was making before. The reason why I said
Yeah.
that is because what a woman brings to the table is her fidelity, and what a man brings to the table typically is security and provision. I'm talking about from a biological
I'm
standpoint
saying
because
describe it. Describe it.
the
Like what
reason
does
why
it mean?
women want that
What
is for their children. They have to secure their seed. That's why, and they already know that they are
I'm
inferior.
saying why the man leaving the woman for infidelity is like explain it to me. Like
Why
they gonna say
man majority?
infidelity, go
Because
ahead and do.
typically men typically don't leave marriages. That's something
Say
that
a man
media.
is divorced, like break it down to me, give it to me like street way, like not infidelity, like he
Okay, so
probably
by
divorced her
a woman having
because
sex with another person outside of their
she was
marriage.
cheating, right?
Yes.
That's what I just said. A man usually gonna have a divorce. I just said that, then you said no, because of infidelity. That's the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? That's the same thing.
I'm saying
When
for
I
men, that's
knew
the
you was,
reason.
that's why I put it. When you said that, I said for cheating. You said nah for infidelity. It's the same
No.
thing.
I didn't say no to that. I didn't say no to the cheating.
Yeah, on
I
me.
said I wasn't saying no to the cheating.
That's, all right.
No, I agree
That's
with
what
you on
I'm
that.
saying. That's
The
why
number one
men are
reason why
divorcing.
men leave
Like
is for
if I
cheating.
leave, it's because I found out you were doing something behind my back. You was getting down to this.
Yeah, and yeah, that's correct.
Women are leaving because they hit their quota, and now it's time for them to get their alimony.
What no, so the reason is it's not even that. It's because the guy wasn't meeting their expectations financially. So typically, when men
So
and
divorce
this is
them and
crazy,
then
majority
get
of
the
men
alimony.
that make over what is it? Usually, men typically who make over six figures, they typically stay married longer than men that make
Of
under
course,
six figures.
they got money.
I mean, I'm saying that they typically
They
stay
stay
married
together
longer. They stay married
longer,
longer.
but eventually they get divorced too. They don't be lasting
That's
long.
not a part of that. Unfortunately, it's not a part of that 80%. It's a low percentage of the higher status males getting divorced. The more money you have, the longer you stay married.
The
Typically,
longer you stay married, you keep
yeah.
saying it, the longer you stay married, but eventually they get
But
divorced too.
men and women
And they
look
got
at
to give up all their alimony.
you got to remember men and women look at money differently. When men look at money as far as
Yeah.
the actual value of money, the investments
See, I need a
aspects.
woman. I need a woman who knows the value of money. I don't need no woman who want to go shopping. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
I ain't arguing with you on that,
That's
fam.
the problem with us men, bro. Like, why would we want a woman to deal with money? Like, no, man. When you gotta find you somebody, finding you somebody, you gotta find you somebody who you can. You know what I'm saying? I guess what I'm missing, what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I
You
mean, I
can't be
understand
out
you
here.
trying to find
You
somebody
can't be
that's
out
really
here
gonna be there
playing
for
on
you.
statistics with this. You know what I'm saying? You can't be
Yeah,
going off of statistics in the world when it comes to finding somebody you actually can love and be there for, and somebody that can be there for you. Like if a woman makes more than a man, but they really truly love each other, make that work somehow, build him up. Don't
and
make
that's the
some.
thing,
Listen,
and
you build
I
him
feel
up.
what you
You
said
build
because
him up.
you as a man, you want a woman to love you how you would love her. Y'all could do your
Love
thing
that.
together. It don't matter about the money. You feel me? Is that real? Like
I
I
love the
understand
money.
what you're saying. What I'm saying is for a woman to do that for you, for a woman to care about you like that and don't go
Yeah,
nowhere
she
and don't be
locked
phased
down.
about even if she make more
She's
money than
tapped
you,
out.
for
She's
a
tapped
girl to
out. She's
even
submitted.
care about you enough to say, hey, I'm not going nowhere even if I make more money than you, I'm gonna be honest, bro, she gonna have to respect you first.
she gonna respect. First of all, I can't even talk to a motherfucker that don't respect me.
Hey, but wait,
If
hey,
you
but look, hey, Fly Guy,
feel what I'm saying? Do you
hey, you
understand?
know how
That
I know
go
you
for
telling the truth?
anybody.
But what I'm saying is this. I know you telling the truth that you can't even talk to nobody that don't have no respect for you because if you found the woman that had a respect for you, roll for you like that, nigga, Fly Guy, I know you. You would be married if you found that girl. Am I lying?
In a relationship, married, somewhere, something like that.
You would have that. But the thing about it is that's not easy to find.
It's not. That's because, but at the end of the day, it ain't easy to find. But like, I'm not. What I'm saying is, every female that I mess with gonna have to be like that. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. I'ma choose like that. Like you know saying, like
Uh-huh.
I'm not finna be dealing with too many thoughts and stuff who just want to go out to eat and get some seafood. You know how the bad bees love seafood. You know they cool, but to me now where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, I'm focused on my business and stuff. So when I come through, you gotta be on some type of support to that. And then I gotta support whatever you got going on. Like if you a
Yeah.
business owner, even better. You know what I'm saying? If you got a career, even better. If you trying to get on your feet, if I meet you right there, then I'm gonna help you get on your feet. Like that's how it's gotta go. And if it's vice versa, you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's how you find you somebody and know when somebody for you and they, you know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
read a couple of these comments, Fly Guy. I'm gonna read a couple of these comments and then we're gonna move on to the next question, all right?
You know.
I got Darius. KB said, "Fly. I think you should stop using the word submissive and say you are emotionally there in the moment. You are not going to walk around and listen to a woman orders. Are you? Yeah, I already talked to Fly Guy. I understand what Fly Guy trying to say.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just,
gonna do what my woman say, man, to make her
yeah,
happy.
I
If that's
understand
my
what
woman
Fly Guy
now
trying to
moving
say.
forward, I ain't tripping.
It's the word uses. I understand what you're saying, Darius.
Man, they just don't like the word submissive, but that's his
Well, it's
problem.
not that he don't like the word submissive because
He don't. But
he
see,
know
you
that
just
you're not gonna
said
be
you gotta come
obedient
in
to
there
your
though.
wife
I am gonna be
or the woman
obedient
that you're
to my
dating.
wife. I am gonna be not. I'm gonna be obedient to my wife, bro. Just like I want her to be obedient. I cannot have her trying to be obedient to me, and I can't be obedient to her. It just won't work like
Someone
that.
has to lead, Fly Guy.
No,
Someone
just
has to be
because
submissive and someone has to lead.
hey, even listen. When you a boss, right? Rules and regulations.
You're a leader. I'm
Everybody,
listening.
you're a leader, but you also have to obey laws too. So at the end of the day, you ain't no CEO, you ain't got no COO, and sometimes the COO gonna put you in check. If you ain't worried about your right hand man next to you, they can
Just
tell
because
you when you doing wrong, or if you going astray, they can lead you back in order. Like that's what I'm
so
saying.
you're saying you're capable of being able to follow. But just because you're capable of being
You
able to
can't
follow
be a
don't mean
great
that you're
leader if
submissive.
you can't follow. You can't be a great leader if you follow. When you a leader, you the ultimate follower. How do you
So
get
I'm
how
not
you get to
disagreeing with
wherever
that, but
you go?
submissive
I
and
mean, get
follow is not synonyms. That's not synonyms. That's what I'm saying. And I think it's just word usage, bro.
they not.
Those are not synonyms. I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying
Which
I
why
disagree
gotta
with you.
be synonyms to explain?
It's what I'm saying. It's not the same. It's not the same. The word usage is not the same.
But
The word
obey
submissive is
and
not appropriate
leadership,
in that aspect.
and obey not the same.
So
What you saying?
so when you're submissive is obedient. It's more of an obligation, and I
My
I don't
point
believe this, but
exactly.
you may
I'm
change my
submissive.
mind. When I
I'm
see you
obedient
interact
to
with a
my
woman that
lady.
way, Fly, if I see you interact with a woman that way, I see it. But I don't know if I believe that you
When
are
I walk
going
in a
to be
room, when I walk in a
capable of
room,
being able to do that.
when I yes I am, because when I walk in a room or we out in public or whatever, yeah, man, I'm the leader, I'm the protector, I'm the provider. We
Yeah,
outside,
you're gonna be the
but
security. You're gonna be yeah.
at the end of the day, it's gonna be moments where she might need someone, some woo woo woo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
And
because
at that
submissive is not
point, just
a
because
masculine quality. You know, certain things are like certain
it's
things
not,
are qualities
forget to
of
throw that
women have
masculine
certain
shit
qualities and
out the
men have certain qualities
window.
that are attractive. Submissive is an
Throw that.
attractive woman quality.
Submissive. I mean, I guess, but when I said submissive and me being submissive to a woman, I didn't lose no masculinity in what I said. Like I'm still like, you know what I'm saying? like agreeing with you on all the rest, but like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, like you just can't be trying to say you're not submissive to a woman when you know damn well, bro. We are man. Like how you keep a woman happy, man? Listen to what she say. Like people don't like that's
You say how you
real.
keep a woman happy. Listen, if I listen to my wife all the time, she would not be happy.
How you know?
I know because she been with guys that was just listen and try to be that guy for her. I'm not that guy. I'm
They
not
don't.
that guy.
They
I'm
don't.
not the guy. My wife watching this right now. I'm not the guy that's about to be listening to my wife and her tell me everything we do,
What,
tell me how to operate.
but
That's dead.
what? No, I ain't see. That's what's wrong with men. They think the word submissive mean you gotta operate to. That's what we want our women to do. Like
But
at
the
the end
word
of the day,
submissive does mean that though. You know that,
I'm
right? That
not
means
raising my
obligation.
woman. I'm not raising my woman. This woman is not my child. This is my partner. This is my partner. This is my homie. You know what I'm saying? We through whatever we finna go through it the rest of life. We finna do it together. We finna build a family together.
Mm-hmm.
This is a respect mutual. So at times, I'm not saying like every time she open the door for you, she opening your car door and stuff like that. All I'm saying is it'll be something she needs you to do. And instead of you saying no, you just say yes. Because if you say
Mm-hmm.
no, eventually she gonna get tired of hearing them no's, and then you got another problem on your hand because you ain't
So
listening.
I operate like this, bro, and this is just me. This is my editorial experience. I'm not gonna say everybody else operate like this. So I operate of how I believe that what would be the best thing for the family. That's how I operate. What's the best thing for the family? I take my wife's opinions, everything that she says to me into consideration, and and especially in the areas that she's more knowledgeable than I am at. Definitely, I take that into consideration all times, and I do what's best for the family, regardless of what is
So
said. I
she
do
got
what's
an
best.
idea and it
So if
works.
it's if
You
it's
ain't gonna
if in
use
that
it.
situation, if I believe that what she's telling me what's going on, what to do, whatever. If I don't believe that's what's best for the family, I'm not going to do it. And I let her know the reason why. Hey, this is not the best route for us to
Then
go.
what
Let's
if it
go.
backfire? What if it backfire? Then you should have done it.
What you say?
If it backfire, what she asking you to do, you should have done it, but you said because you didn't think it would work for the family.
And then if I
No,
got
no, no, no.
fired or something like that, how does that look?
I said if it backfire, like if you
So
go the route that you want to do, and what
yeah,
she told you, if you would have just listened, that moment where you could have been a great leader, because like I told you, the greatest leaders are the greatest followers. They had to follow.
yeah, I'm
So
not disagreeing
if
with
you
you,
go,
but
hold on, if you go back in that role, like that's what I'm saying. Like at that moment, fam, that moment of obedience, you can go like, you know what, babe, let's go ahead and try it your way one time, because you got like if
I think you
men say
misunderstanding me a little bit.
I think you're misunderstanding me.
No,
Because I
because
get
I
what
think
you're
we
saying.
agreeing on this point. I think we agreeing on this point. We just saying it two different ways because I told you.
That's my point. Like you don't want to call it being submissive or obedient. You
So
trying to make another way
what
for it. But if we talk about it in the woman's viewpoint,
is
I
obedient
like
meaning that I'm gonna when she tell me to do something, or she gives me a pick, and I'm just gonna act on that.
when
I'm
you
not
tell her
gonna
to
do
do
that.
something.
I'm not
So
gonna
when
do
you
that
tell
every
her to do
time. I'm
something,
gonna
she
weigh
better
the
act on
pros and
it,
the
right?
cons,
No,
and I'm gonna
I'm just
do what
saying.
I believe is right for the family.
When you ask her to do some of that stature, right? There, what you just said. When you ask her to do that, you feel like
Yes,
she has to move on that, right?
yes, she has. Yes, that's
Boom.
the
That's what I'm
difference. That's the
saying. You
main
can't
difference.
possibly think that if
That's the difference
you
between
was
being
very
submissive and just following and humbly understanding where somebody's coming from.
you just read the definition of submissiveness, and the
Yeah,
word humbly is in there.
humbly obedient. It's a conjunction word. Humbly obedient, not just
But it's
humbly.
in there. I'm just saying, but humbly obedient. So in the
Yes,
word submissive, both of the words is right there. Humbly obedient,
yes,
submissive. Like
humbly obedient.
a
Meaning
man
you.
can be humbly obedient, fam.
Yes.
That's all
So
I'm saying.
I'm
When
not gonna
she
lie.
tell you that,
Am I
so
humble?
when she,
Yes. Am I obedient? No. I,
no, you can't be humbly obedient. Like you can't. How are you obedient? Obedient.
I'm saying I'm saying me personally, and and again, this is my editorial experience. I'm telling about my only experience, right, with my wife.
I'm speaking
When I say
in
something to
general
my
too.
wife, I expect her to move on it, right?
Right.
Because I lead the household. There's one leader of our household, and it's me as the man. We're not equal.
Who the next in
We're not
charge?
equal in that
Who the next
aspect.
in charge? Who the next in charge?
What'd you say?
In charge?
Who's the next? Who's the next in charge? Let's say, yeah, my wife.
Who's the next
But
in
I'm
charge?
the leader of the
So you,
household.
but that's my point of you being, but also she's a leader too. It's not that she's not a kid. She's not like she
She's
grown
not
too.
my kid. She's
No,
my wife. Yeah,
that's
she's
what
my
I'm
wife.
saying. So she's your partner. So yeah,
So,
you the captain of the ship, but
so
that's your
what I'm saying
co-captain.
is, so look, I'm talking about how I conduct my
How it would work
relationship,
for me.
right?
No,
Fly.
I'm saying that's how it would work for me. And I'm saying that's why I
When it
can't.
work for you, you would
That's
have her
what
as
would
your
just
partner, right?
yeah. But I'm saying that's where most people go wrong because they're trying like that's something that has to grow. Like once you get married and it's understood, woo, 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 you at another level. But I'm saying as far as people dating and why they can't find their mates is they not giving chances. They not coming in submissive enough. They just that's the point. Like
So you
that's the
saying
point of
men
talk.
aren't coming in submissive enough?
Men nor women because we're trying to not be
Hmm.
this person or whatever social media is giving. It's a social media driven world. That's why I'm saying them
So
statistics can do all those numbers and things like that. But those statistics are running off of what marriages and stuff like that. Like
it's ran
people,
off of. So let me explain because that makes a difference as well. So statistics is running. The statistics I was talking about was marriage statistics because it's either you married or you single. That's literally what it
no,
is.
it
You
ain't.
married
No,
or
no, no, no,
single.
no, 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 no. See, that's another problem. How can you even get? You can't just wake up one day single and then the next day you're married. Like soon as you say I do,
Yeah, you have to
that don't
court
make sense.
somebody or date somebody before you get married. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. So how are you single?
So
You're in a
just because
relationship.
you're dating some,
That's
so let me
that's
let me
the
say this.
problem.
We
We
talk
got
about
a gap.
illegality. Single is single is just the aspect of not being married. On paperwork, that's the only difference between being
That's paper.
single and being
That's
married. It's
paperwork.
literally
That's
the paperwork.
paperwork.
Someone that's not married is considered single.
That's our problem. That's our
That's
problem.
reality.
We try to
I'm not
go.
talking about
We
I'm
go
not
to
talking about what
paperwork.
society tells you, the girlfriend, boyfriend, because there are serious
Hey,
repercussions if you separate. There's no serious repercussions if you separate from another woman
but you gotta
and
have
you're
a. You say you
single.
believe in God. You gotta be spiritual, right? You gotta have
You
some
said what?
spiritual connection. You gotta have some spiritual connection to it as well. You gotta have your word. Your word gotta be bond sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
You
your
see what I'm
word, your
saying?
word, yeah,
So
your word is
if you
bond.
just, I'm just saying, if you just run it off of paperwork and just
No,
because
no,
you
I'm not
mark,
running
no,
just
no,
off of paperwork.
no, no, no. I'm
Ev-
just saying, big homie. I'm just saying. I'm just going off of what you said. You said because on paperwork and the reality of it that you're either single or you married. But we are talking about like why it don't work because you're either single or you married. That's why
Well,
stuff fails
used
and it don't
what it
never
used
go
to be is
nowhere.
this. Because if you want to go off of just spiritually, used to be once you have sex with someone, that woman is your wife.
No, come
Yes,
on,
yes, it did.
man.
Back in
Get
the past,
out of
if
it.
you were to, and that's back when there was virgins and stuff of that nature. That doesn't exist
That's
anymore.
fine.
That's
That's
what your a
fine. It's
woman's
a new
value
age.
was based off
We
her
talking about
virginity back
today.
in the day
We talking about
in
today.
biblical world.
Is it based off of virginity in 2022? Let's just be real.
But that's why I'm talking about 2022 categories. 2022, it's not based off virginity anymore, and that's why I'm saying
You
how
either
we read
single or you
marriage
married now.
and how we read single is two different things. So we can't. It's like we can't move the goalpost. So it's like the goalpost is here, right? This is the reality of what the world is right now, versus because the reality of what the world is and the value of everything is not the same as it was back then. Like I'm still traditional in my mindset as far as when I look at relationships. And only reason I'm traditional is
But you
because
married. That's because you married.
well, before I
You a
was married,
single.
I still had a traditional mindset before I was married, and that's why it took me so long to find a woman that would meet my needs.
So
Because
you
I
feel
had, regardless of how much money I had in the bank, I still had my requirements. If you didn't meet my requirements, that's cool. We just don't have to be together. You feel me? Just like a woman, if I don't meet her requirements, she don't have to fuck with me. That's her choice. We all have choices. Like an example, right? You, you could like this. Let's say if you dating a female, right? You date her and she wants you to seriously take her, seriously, right?
mm,
And you be like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like my woman going out like that. Now, that could sound controlling, but it's this. She has a choice. She could choose to continue to mess with you and choose not to go out, or she could choose to say, hey, I don't want to mess with you because I'm not agreeing to
yeah,
those boundaries. You feel
facts.
me? Everybody have their own set of boundaries. It's up to you if you want to, you know, enforce your boundaries or not. Like I have my boundaries for my wife
That's what
that
I
I
said that
require.
earlier. I said that earlier. You gotta respect the boundaries.
I,
All that. But how can you even get? You can't go from single to married. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that we're going from. First off, I didn't go from single to married. Me and my wife dated. We dated and all that, and I was doing my thing. Dating does not mean that I was just only with her. That wasn't my mindset. That was my. I was dating her, and I was dating a few other people. That's just what it. That's the reality of what it was. But at the end of the day, those other people didn't bring what I needed. They didn't meet my requirements. They didn't adhere to the boundaries that I needed. My wife did, and my wife was willing to acclimate to me and meet the requirements that I needed to be happy in a marriage. And like you said, I do have to agree with you with this in some form or fashion. I had to see what my wife needed to be happy in a marriage. You hear me? And I listened for how much time that she needed to spend with me and how much value I needed to bring to the table to keep her happy. I need to listen for that time because women need the time that they spend with you because they need that connection and value money. Reality is when you marry, it is somewhat of a business. You still have to take care of responsibilities. So what are you going to bring to the table as a man to take care of the
You gotta take
responsibilities?
care of
And if something
responsibility
happens
before
to
you
you
do
as a
that.
man, are you going to be able to get your stuff together eventually and get it back? Like if you lose your job, are you going to be sulking, depressed, or are you going to go
No,
back
you
out there
gotta
and go
get
get
up.
some more
You
money?
gotta get up. You gotta go get a job.
Exactly. But not every guy's like that. Like
I'm
in
telling.
my situation,
What
that's why I say my
we
experience.
talking about. I believe the topic was why I'm just telling these folks what they need to do to get the mate they looking for, or something like that. Or if you gotta
Yeah.
understand what you want as a person, but at the same time, as a person, you have to fix yourself to be able.
So I
Whatever you
think
want
me and you
somebody
gonna
else
agree
to
on
do,
this then, because
whatever
this
you
this
look.
will end
All I'm
this
saying
right now.
is
Because me and you agree on this question now. Do you think men and women know what they need to bring to the table for the person that they want? I say no.
no, because they not.
We
No,
agree. I knew we
because
agreed, Fly.
if you not willing to do what you want someone else to give you, it'll never work. And that's why I say no. Because whether
I,
it's the man fault or the woman fault, but it
thank you,
just depends.
Fly. Me and you agree on that. We agree. All that talking, we agree. Let me get to the second question, and then I think this go just go tailor it up. This gonna be the end of it. Do you think majority of men and women bring enough to the table for the version of the perfect man or woman that they want? The perfect woman that you want. Do you believe that you, as of right now, that you would bring enough to the table for them?
Hell no. I'm
Hey,
be no
hey, that's
because
the realest answer I could have
hell
ever
no.
heard, bro.
Hell
That
no,
was
hell
real.
no, hell no, hell no. Because at the end of the day, nah, this is real shit. What the fuck? But anyway, at the end of the day, saying ain't nobody gonna be perfect. Ain't
You know
nobody
something?
gonna
I
be.
agree with
Listen,
you, but for the woman that you want, let's say for the woman
woman
that you
that I
want, she
want.
don't
That's
got
what
to be
I'm
perfect. The
saying
woman
it.
that you
I'm
want, are
saying
you gonna bring
I'm
enough?
saying it. I'm saying it. Oh well, I'm enough for the woman that I want because the woman that I want wants who wants to deal with the person I am just like I want to deal with the person she is. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
you know, and I gotta be. That's why I say like the shit that I
So
know is my problem. If I really want this motherfucker,
you don't get that shit together.
chill. I'ma chill. I'ma submit. I'ma stop doing this and that, and I'ma chill and get to know what's going on with her. Cause one thing I know for sure, if it don't work out between me and her, and eventually it ain't what I thought it could be, I'ma go back and I'ma go in the streets and I'ma play in traffic.
So
It
let
is
me
what
let
it
me
is.
let me give my experience on this real quick. All right. Before I was married, when I met my wife, right?
Mm.
Me and my wife, we was chilling, we was talking. She went the whole, celibate route. I let her do her thing. I went on here and did my thing. So,
Saying you ain't gonna celibate with her.
no, I ain't believe in celibacy. But I mean, I'm
I
just
feel,
being real.
I feel you though. I feel you though. But if she
I'm
wanted to go through that war together, I would have went.
yeah. I mean, like I said, but I always kept it real. You feel me? I didn't lie. I told her, yeah, I
But that's
want
the thing.
sex.
That's why you married now. That's
Yeah,
actually
I ain't gonna lie.
just
I
that
told her, I
point.
told her,
But
but I said something that a lot of people would think is disrespectful. I looked at her. A lot of women would look at this as disrespectful, and she was offended by it as well.
let me see if
I,
I'm offended.
so what I said was, I said, to me, if we're not having sex, this is a liability for me right now.
Whoa.
I said that, but I'm very transparent. And Fly, you know me. I just say what's on my mind, right?
And that's what I said. I'm like, wow, liability. I'm like, damn.
And she said she asked me, you know, why, and I said, well, pretty much tell me, you know, what you bring in, you know, of value to me now if we're not, you know, doing anything. I mean, I know what I'm bringing. I mean, I'm gonna pay for all the days, you know. I get gas, you know. I do this, that, and the third. What are you doing? And then she gave me some great answers, you know. Let me know that she, you know, she wouldn't listen to me and stuff like that. She could be a great friend, stuff of that nature. You know, the typical things. And my response was more on the lines of, I could do that with my male friends, and that was the truth. So my thing is, when she
Yeah,
closed
you
up her
was on.
legs, I
You was on, dog.
closed up my wallet.
Oh my God. You
But
closed your wallet because you closed the leg?
but that's how. But you gotta remember,
Dude.
like me, I looked at stuff as assets and liabilities as well. You feel me?
No, I feel you. I feel you because
But let me tell
I
you why
might,
that
I
worked
might,
for
I
me.
might do the same.
You want me
I
to
mean,
you want me to tell you why I
that's
respect my
not a
wife so
bad
much though?
comment.
And you want me to tell you why this works so much though? Because she stayed celibate,
Yeah,
right?
I
She
would
might not
respect
like
her
the
for
how
that
I acted, and
too.
she might not like what I said, but you know what she did?
What you do?
She still came over and kicked it with me while I was working and stuff like that. And we was kicking it, we still chop it up, and we had talk. She'd get to know me, and I get to know her. We
Yeah,
still vibing. We just
yeah,
wasn't going out and about and stuff like that because I didn't see any value. You feel me?
yeah. You didn't see
You
no
feel me?
value because she
Because
couldn't get
now she's getting a chance to learn who I am as a person and
right,
how she could be a help to me in my life. You feel me?
right.
Then once I finally did hit, you feel me? After I hit, I woke up, you know, my whole house clean. She brought me breakfast in bed. I had to sit back like, dang, I never, I ain't had no girl who reacted that way before. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
she done studied
that's
your language.
value. So right there, that had me look at her different. Yeah, I started taking all days and stuff like that. Then I had to realize I had to see what
Yeah,
will
see,
make
that
her
more lines
happy.
on me. You know,
You feel me?
we
Now
start
it's like
talking
this. All right, bet
PTI.
you doing this. You starting to see what I need help in life. All right, bet. Let me ask you a question. What do you need to be happy inside marriage? I had to see that because now I got to see if I'm even capable of doing that. You feel me?
Yeah,
Because I might not be capable. I might not have it. And when she told me what she needed to be happy in marriage, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I did not make enough money to do that. You hear me? I did not. But
see,
that's when I had to
it
look
be
at
about them
myself in the
finance, I
mirror.
told
When I had to look at I had to, but you gotta think about it. A woman not gonna change a man. You gonna have to change for yourself. I had to look at
you.
myself
A
in the
man
mirror.
can't change a woman.
Listen to this.
We
I had
already
to
our
look at
mamas and
myself in the
daddies.
mirror,
We
bro.
raised.
I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, hey man, I'm not a man. I need to get my life together. You feel me? I need to build my value. I need to be a better man. I need to build up more masculine qualities because I don't have these qualities because I didn't care. I was getting buns regardless. But I'm like, I need to be a better man. It had me look at myself. I'm like, let me get myself together. Then when I got myself together, then I'm like this. Okay, let me go back to the answer. What do you need to be happy? You feel me? See if she has the same answers. She had the same answers. I was like this. Oh yeah, I could do that. But now I'm in a position to say, hey, these will be my requirements to be happy in marriage, not to just be mediocre. We argue and stuff all the time. No, I want to be happy in marriage. I want peace. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I told her what I needed to be peaceful. I told her I needed the whole submission, the cooperativeness. I need the
Mm-hmm.
loyalty, the loyalty. I need you to be feminine at all times. You feel me? That's what I needed to be happy. Because I could work with everything else. You feel me? I don't want to argue over every single conversation. If I want to go this way, I don't want to argue over it. So I'm going to need you to respect me and respect whatever decision I make. Because let's say if I do make a wrong decision, you know, I'm gonna turn that wrong decision around and we're gonna still be good. I need you to know we're gonna be good regardless. I need you to have the respect for me to know that we're gonna be good regardless. I
Yeah.
don't want you because we're gonna go through adversity in life.
But don't be not
Everybody
listening
go
to
through
her. She
adversity.
got a good idea. Don't be stubborn. Listen to
Yeah,
her.
everybody gonna go through adversity. It's just how you react through that adversity. If we go through adversity and you run, what?
It's
I
over.
can't
It's done
afford that.
deal. It's a done deal.
Done deal. So I need to know, can
You
you do this? And you know why I respect my wife so much? You know what she
what?
said to me? She said, even when it came to submissive, I need to work on that. That's the realest answer you could have gave me. Don't lie to
Yeah,
me. Tell me if you need to work
of
on it, you need to
course.
work on it. And
Most of
she
these
worked on
females
being a
do.
better version of herself. You hear me?
Could you submit to her?
Who me?
Yeah, you
No,
could submit to her. You could.
no,
Humbly obedient. Yeah,
no, no.
yeah,
But
yeah,
when I
yeah.
can tell you that I am gonna do, because I really believe that through her submission, she put me in order. You hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
That
order.
I didn't read that Bible verse for no reason.
She put you in
She
order?
bring me back down. That's how you put a man in order, through your submission. So that's how she put me in order.
But a man can
Because
have three
think
women
about
submit to
this,
him at one time.
huh?
A man can have three women submit to him at one time.
Let me tell you
Especially
what
if he
me.
got the finances.
Let me tell you me, because what
Especially if he got
me
finances.
having the finances or don't have the finances. If I and our before I was
Who
married,
got
I
you?
was
With all
laid off.
respect.
You hear me? I was laid off before I was married, and we were still living together. Everything. You know what? You know what didn't change? How she operated.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
But
difference.
she knew.
You
She
change how
knew.
you operate.
And look, I'm still hustling, doing what I do to get my
Change how you
bread.
operated though. Did you change how you operate?
No, I did.
Exactly.
I
You
kept
still
getting
was
it.
in order.
Everything was in
Fall in
order.
line. You still was in falling line. You
You
back.
feel me?
Back. It's all right.
You feel me? So the thing about it is, that's why I say a woman, she ain't gonna go. A woman, she ain't going nowhere if she respects you. She gonna be there for you. You feel me? And
Yeah,
after
a
that
man don't have to
respect,
respect the woman to be
when
there.
she respects you, she gonna grow that love for you, because she gonna see your hustle. She gonna grow that love for you if she
Before
respects you as a man.
you
That's why,
know.
give you an example. That's why pimps exist. These women respect these men. They don't be having money and stuff all like that. Come on, man.
Come on now. Come on now. It's the money too. They
Yeah,
ain't doing it
but
for no
some of these pimps
reason.
be, you telling me you haven't seen broke niggas get girls to the
That's
day
them
their
the low.
die, give their whole bag to these guys.
That's because that's the dumb ones. That's the
But
dumb ones.
hey, you can't,
The
because
mediocre ones.
some of these women
The
be
mediocre.
college educated, have money.
Because
You call them dumb how you want to.
a real pimp gonna take care of his hoe. That
Yeah,
just is
hey,
what it
I ain't
is.
arguing. I'm
Make
just
sure
using
they
that as an
presentable.
example.
I'm just
Fly
saying.
guy,
I'm
fly
just
guy.
saying real P. I'm talking about. I'm just saying as an
I,
example on a low grade. I'm just saying.
but yeah,
I'm
the
just going
only
off of
point that I'm
you.
making is the point that I'm making is if a woman respects you as a man, bro, she ain't going nowhere. But if she and then she'll grow to love you. If she respects you, she gonna grow to love you. Trust me. That's the reason why back in the day, arranged marriages used to work so much,
I mean,
because
we really agree. We really agree.
that's what I'm saying. Fly,
We
we
really
really
agree.
agreeing.
We just saying it. We just saying it two
Hey,
different ways, but
that's why
we really agree.
when we answered the first question, I said, "Hey man, we just said this two different ways." Because I'm like, I went on here, read the question, you said no. I'm like, nigga, we agree.
No, no, because they ain't coming with that shit.
Hey, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Fly Guy. I really appreciate you coming on, man. I
I
appreciate you being
appreciate
on
you.
time, bro. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let you give a recap, bro. And I'm gonna let you go ahead and spit your stuff, tell them where to find you at and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Oh well, thanks for having me on the show. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you need me, call me. I'm on it. But yeah, follow me, Fly Guy _. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, keep up with me. I got stuff happening all through the city, man. You know,
Yeah,
we keep plays going tomorrow. We at 3606 Friday Rockwood. And then we'll just keep going through there, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you gotta have me on this show more, bro, because I can really
oh
teach these
man,
folks something.
but I love the enthusiasm, man. A lot of people was joining in, giving their little comments. I see them back in here. Sorry, I missed a lot of y'all on these comments. I do see Chip, would you date or marry a man who makes 30 to 60,000 a year or 80 to 120,000 a year? That is funny. D, educate this young fella fly on a woman. It's
This
cool.
man crazy.
They a trip, fly. I'm
They
glad.
crazy. I know what
Educate
they
this
like.
young man on a woman. What about her listening to what he say? Yeah, that I
Yeah,
mean,
of
I
course.
spoke towards all that. Fly
Gotta
low
listen
key
to each
agree with
other.
me on a lot of this stuff. It's
And
just
I
the
do.
way I
I just
understand you
feel like,
guys what y'all trying to say.
I know the guys they don't want to say they be submissive, but they do. They already know.
Hey, bro.
They gotta
Hey,
have
I
it there to
swear,
say,
if you
you know,
change your
okay.
terminology, bro, you, everybody will mess. It's just the wording, bro.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
the
gonna
wording,
let you
but
keep. I'm gonna let
I
you keep
gotta
saying
pop it
that,
on
but
the
it's
way
the
I
wording.
can. It's the only way I can pop it though, because I gotta let them men gotta understand. You want this from a woman, you gotta be able to do that from a
Mo-
woman as well.
Moses
It
gonna
is what
say
it
you
is.
might as well let her be the head of the house.
Nah, you don't let her be the head of the house. That ain't what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's not what
that's
I'm
why I said
saying.
you got to stop.
Sometimes it's just like if you was a wrestling promoter. You know what I'm saying? You finna change the title belts or something. And then your number one superstar come in there and they be like, hey, I think I should, or this should happen. I should drop the belt. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with being like, all right, cool. And going with them at one time. Because at the end of the day, if a motherfucker mess up,
Yeah.
now you know. Now you
So
know, all right, yeah, you know, I know not to listen.
yeah, me and Fly, we
You
gonna
can
chop
be
it up.
quiet. But
But
yeah, it ain't nothing
let me
like
go
that.
ahead and close this out real quick, Fly.
All right now.
Let me close it out real quick around here because I only got like 1% left on the battery. That's crazy.
All right now.
So when it comes down to the questions, do we think men and women know what they need to bring to the table for the person that they want to be with?
Yeah,
Obviously, we
no.
say no to that. Do we think majority of men and women bring enough to the table for the version of the perfect man or woman? That's a no as well. I believe in every relationship, men and women both need to work on themselves to better themselves for themselves
Yeah,
as well.
facts.
Yeah,
For
so regardless, you
themselves.
still got to work on yourself. So I thank everybody for coming out. Definitely follow us on Instagram. Hit the link on the YouTube video. Check out my other videos that I have in the past. You can't say who knew when I'm telling the truth. My name is Delonte, and I'm out.
No, no.